Well, that was a lot more emotional than I thought it was going to be. Hello. Very emotional being here with Jay.
With me, the non-emotional being.
Oh my gosh, as the one who's always crying over movies
I am
compared
not.
to me.
Shut up.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Charming Analysis podcast. I'm Mari.
I am Jay.
And tonight we are going to be talking about Season 5 of Lego Monkie Kid. Woo! I can't believe we're already on Season 5.
I can't believe you wanted to binge this.
We always binge it. It's only 11 minutes for each episode.
Yeah, but you can space them, I don't know.
I get it. Okay, so first thing before we get into anything else, because a lot of people have pointed this out for Season 5 of Lego Monkie Kid, and we're going to just get that out of the way first. Instead of Flying Bark Studios, which has been the people that have been animating this since the beginning, we now have a new studio animating Monkie Kid, Wild Brain Studios. And apparently, they've been doing it since the very end of Season 4 coming into now. So, Flying Bark Studios was the original animation department for the series, and that's why it was so good for the last few times. You do notice a difference in animation quality compared to the other seasons. But don't forget, this studio is also known for doing live action stuff. So apparently they're also the same studio, from what I'm looking up, that has also done Ninjago Dragons. Because I'm actually looking it up while we are talking about this. So basically, why don't you explain what Season 5 is about, honey? Take it away.
They have to find some ancient emeralds or the world will explode. Basically.
I guess that's the way we're going to explain it.
Yes.
That's how you're going to explain it.
Yes.
You're not going to go into any more detail other than that.
Every season has a different plot line.
But yeah, basically with this season, the world's basically cracking like it was in the very end of Season 4. And they're trying to figure out how to fucking stop it at this point. They have to find a bunch of crystals led and protected by different deities so they can save the world again. Another save the world moment. Again. But yeah, so first thing, like I mentioned before, it's a completely different animation studio animating this season. Reason being, from what I've looked up, is because Flying Bark Studios could not animate it. They didn't have matching schedules, apparently. So they had to pass on the animation to another department. And this happened to be the one that they passed it on to. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room first before we get into the actual, is the season good? What did you think of how they animated this compared to the other seasons? Let's give our thoughts before we actually dive into the actual Season 5.
They did what they could.
Are you going to give anything?
I feel like this is like handing down a children's toy to a younger sibling.
And I can kind of see that.
And the posing is still on point. I think some keyframes are obviously missing. It doesn't look hand-drawn. It looks like it was controlled by puppets. It doesn't feel like Monkie Kid, but Monkie Kid hasn't been feeling like it for a while. So my attachment to it has been pretty niche for a while now.
But you've kind of noticed it. But
I noticed it, but that animation.
It's a lot different.
It felt like a character, and that's why it lost. It lost a lot when they had to change studios. Yeah, it lost. Pretty much was like it lost it. It lost a lot of its character because the animation had to downgrade.
Yeah, it's still a good show. It's just the animation could use a bit of work. But then again, from what I've researched about Wild Brain Studios, they're mostly known for doing live action stuff.
Uh-huh.
I looked it up. They've technically done Ninjago Dragons. They've done, apparently, Teletubbies. Apparently. And, like, Strawberry Shortcake and some other stuff. But a lot of it was more, like, live action-y kind of shit compared to this. I'm not gonna lie. And this is something I've kind of noticed about the animation for at least this specific season. Am I the only one that feels like it's animated by the same people that did Johnny Test? Because there's some moments where it kind of reminded me of how the characters move in Johnny Test. Can we agree on that? Or is that just me?
It's not that bad.
I know that, but like...
It's not that bad.
I know, but you get my point. But despite it changing animation studios, what did you think of the season? Like, what did you think of season 5? Because despite it changing the animation studios, I still feel like they hit it pretty hard with it. I still feel like the series is good. Personally, at least. I still feel like it's good. What about you? Why don't you give your thoughts?
To me, those 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons,
Are still your favorites?
are still my favorites. They are close to perfection that I would get from any cartoon, like, series at all. Like, it was just such a surprise to me that it invested me so much into it. And everything was just really, really, really fucking good. And those feel like, that feels more like a show that I would, I would now recommend as an adult for somebody to watch it, because it looks so good, it's so funny, it's so heartwarming, it's like, it looks good. It's more than anything that I thought Lego could even produce.
Honestly, I will agree on that.
I think personally, well, I mean, it doesn't feel like Lego because it just feels like, just its own thing. It's telling another version of
Monkie Kid.
Of the Monkey King story, basically. That show feels like something that I would recommend as an adult. The season 3 to 5 feel like something that I would watch as a kid and I would love as a kid.
But
and then
now.
Coming back to it now as an adult and then seeing it again as an adult. It's like going back and like showing you, because you've not seen a lot of stuff from when I was a kid, and then coming back and looking at it like, oh, this is something. This is something. It's not the thing I remember. Yeah.
Personally,
and I don't. That's just this. It's okay, but now I just can't. I think I'm done. I think I don't want to watch Monkie Kid anymore because it keeps on doing the same plot line,
just a different way,
but worse.
What do you mean it going worse?
It does the same plot line over and over again. Like, MK doubts himself. He has to come back to reality, and then they all save the world together. Do I really want to follow that for another how many more seasons that they're going to have of it? Probably not. I don't. I would have rather had what they were doing beforehand, which was like a fun, like, villain of the week shit. I don't know.
We're still gonna be, personally, for me, we're still gonna be watching it till whenever the heck it ends, but...
for me, I am checked out.
You're checked out?
I'm checked out. I am like, okay, good luck. I hope, I still really like those first 2 seasons. I'm kind of done. It kind of like gets to a point where sometimes I just have to leave because I just don't care. That's the thing. Like, sometimes I just don't care, and I don't care to watch until the end because I don't want to be responsible for finishing something I don't care about.
Are you kidding me right now?
That's just insanity.
Are you kidding me?
What? I'm not, like, I don't know. I'm not, it's just how it is, you know? And I'd rather it have been, that's why things need to be, like, short formed anyway. I always push for shorter form content. Like, because if it goes on long enough, it's just going to get repetitive.
Okay. Well, personally for me, let me say my thoughts about this season. Okay. Do I still feel like it's good? Yes. I'm curious to see, like, after seeing this season, why do I have the feeling that either the special is going to be the last thing that they do, or they're basically just going to be done soon? Because I feel like, personally, I'm still going to watch it till it ends, because I would rather watch to see how it completely ends. But that's just me.
That's just you and your obligation for some reason.
And you're still watching everything with me. You ain't getting out of this, honey. You ain't getting out of this.
Why?
You ain't getting out of it.
Why? Why?
Because I say so.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I will literally walk out the room.
Come on, we gotta finish at least one series together. Like, come on.
We did. We finished a lot. We finished plenty.
My goodness.
We finished a lot. We finished plenty. Don't
you shush.
Don't play that card right now.
Anyway, I feel like with this season, I feel like this is probably the turning point in the series where it's going to decline. Unfortunately. Is it still good? Yes. Like, story-wise and plot-wise, it's still good. But
it's already declined for me, but okay, go on. Go off.
I feel like this is, like, the turning point in the series to where they kind of need to regain their footing, or people are going to be checked out. And I feel like some people have already started to be checked out, according to my bean.
I checked out. I'm checking out. Bye-bye.
Bean!
Bye-bye. I mean...
I'm holding my bean.
Even the voice acting isn't really that good in this season.
Because, like, literally the first thing you point out...
The only thing that I could, like, distinguish was when Goku was yelling at the end, at the very end, for him not to jump into the portal. Like, that's it. But that's because he's a seasoned voice actor, you know?
Also, like, literally the first thing
he's probably done that scream so many times right now.
Also, you want to know something funny, y'all? Like, literally, first thing Jay noticed when we were like... First off, our TV was being fucking stupid for the first half of this, so that kind of irritated me. Second, when we were starting it, because I already knew ahead of time that the animation was going to be different, and I'm still giving it a chance. And personally, I feel like the animation's decent. It could be better, but it's decent. First thing Jay noticed, as soon as, like, we started watching the first episode, why does Sun Wukong sound different? And I'm like, it's the same guy, honey. He's like, but he sounds different. Bitch, it's the same guy! He did not believe me for the first, like, 2 episodes that Sun Wukong's voice actor was the same person. I literally had to look up on the fucking Wikipedia if it was the same person. It was the same person. And he kept being a booty about it. You know you were. You were a big booty about it. For the first 2 episodes, you were like, that's not the same guy. Yes, it is. Not every voice acting role is gonna have, like, the best outcome. And don't forget, he's been voicing him for 4 seasons before now. He's been voicing him since the start. Not every voice thing he's gonna say is gonna be, like, since sliced bread. I'm just saying.
This is anything else to say?
This is a very rambly episode.
I am checked out. You're still rambling, and I am just. I can rate it if you want. 4.
You give it a 4?
I really am not that impressed, dude. I'm really not, and I'm kind of checked out and kind of done with it.
You are such a sad human being.
I am not a sad human being. I liked those first 2 seasons, man.
Jay, we get it. They're the golden child.
I downright love them, and like now, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's fun. It's fun to look at. It's nice. It's pretty, and I think it's good for, I think it has great, I think when the animation was, like, on fire, it had great, like,
effects.
It had great,
it's all the fire
animation
that they used.
moments. It had great animation moments. It had great character, like, animation and, like, all that stuff. I'll still come back to it ever so often. It's just not going to be, like, it's going to be in moments. It's not going to be, like, a whole series thing, And you're already, like, face palming right now because you think, oh, another one. Jay just does not want to fucking finish. Well, sometimes it's just, I do want to turn my brain off and do it, but that also, like, turning your brain off is a form of using your brain.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it kind of is.
How is turning off your brain?
Because it's sometimes when you turn your brain off and you want to be entertained, you just are not entertained. You're just kind of bored. And you're like, I could watch other things that are, I guess, like, appease, the senses more, I guess. Like, if people still want to watch the show, that's fine. I have no problem with it. It's just, for me personally, I'm just kind of like, okay, checked out,
I feel like that's all you said for this entire review.
That's pretty much it. Like, I'm the one who first introduced you to Monkie Kid anyway.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just, it's fine. It's fine now, but it's not something that I want to continue.
Okay, so here's a question I do want to ask, so we can kind of save this review. It's like, I want to try and save this review. So, questions I want to ask you. So
you
first,
can still like it. I mean,
I understand that.
Saving it by saying you like it.
I was going to say, do you feel like, in your opinion, that they should have waited a little longer to have Flying Bark Studios animated again instead of giving it to this other studio?
No, because I was already getting kind of a little bit done with by the time it was. I thought it should have ended probably in season 3, honestly. Like, I thought it should have it had a great stopping point. I think it should have taken that stopping point, but we're still continuing. And because it's Lego. And Lego makes a shit ton of money. So they're like, let's keep this going. But I don't think this is a hit anywhere besides
China.
Maybe China.
China's literally where it originated from.
You never know. Maybe it'll still continue, but it'll be in, it'll be like, a big hit over here, but over here it's like barely scratches the surface.
Which is
maybe
sad.
It's a big ass hit over there. You never know. But I don't know. Someone's watching it. If they can get an English dub every season, somebody's watching it.
A lot of people watch it.
That shit.
A lot of people watch it.
But it's 4 out of 10. I don't know what I gave the other seasons.
Do you feel like this is the worst of the seasons?
I feel like it's just the other, like, those other ones are just
Seriously?
Yeah. Like, I don't remember much from them. I really don't. I had to, like, go back and, like, what happened in fucking season 4 again? He turned into the part monkey, and something happened?
It was the lion guy. They had to fight the lion guy.
Yeah, he had to fight the lion thing. Yeah. That's the thing. I just don't it's just whenever you lose those character moments, like,
do you feel
some of the passion behind it just kind of filters away in my mind, just, maybe my kid me would probably love this, because I used to watch everything that was like any Lego shows, particularly on Cartoon Network. I used to love that shit. If this would have came out when I was a kid, like, consistently, I would have fucking loved it. And I would have told you, hey, this thing I watched when I was a kid. Like, you gotta see it, if you've never seen it.
So what would rescue you from seeing more of this? Like, what would convince you to watch it more?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Because I don't really want to watch a series forever. I
don't either.
It's been
but
like a while. It's been how long? 3-4 years.
Let me see. Actually, how long has Monkie Kid been going on? Monkie Kid's been going on for a while, but they take like forever for the seasons to come out. Let me look. Monkie Kid. It's been going on since 2020.
Okay.
So like 4 years.
4 years. It's been going on for that long. I think it has a stopping point. I should have taken it. It's not. Therefore, I am checked out, and I just don't. It's fine. It's fine to check out sometimes, It's fine to say I'm done with the ride, If it's not entertaining to you anymore, then it's fine. There's plenty of other franchises that I've not really been interested in because they went on too long,
I get it.
And sometimes it just doesn't hold the charm that it used to back in the day.
I'm not giving up on this series, and you can't make me.
I'm not making you! Who says I'm ever making you give up on a show? You can continue watching the show. There's plenty of shows that I am still... There's plenty of stuff that I'm interested in that I know you ain't gonna see.
So, and another thing I noticed about this, and this is what my friend told me, there was no special for this season, which I'm also kind of surprised that they didn't do. So, here's another question for you. What do you think is going to happen at this point? Because I personally feel like they're going to have to end the series somewhere. And I feel like this is I feel like it's actually getting toward the end. If it somehow continues after like season 6, then I think they're just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Because I feel like we're getting to a point where it has to end. And I like this series. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this series, but it's got to go to an end point somewhere. And I feel like it has to at this point. What are they supposed to do after this? What are they supposed to do after Chaos?
I have no idea.
What do they do? Like, genuinely, what are you supposed to do after this? I didn't even know there was a fucking snake man and everything. But, like, I will say this, though. A lot of the season did kind of blur together. For, like, a lot of it.
I guess that's the problem. They just are blurring together now. And,
which is kind of sad.
When they blur together, I just am watching
I don't even know. Jay does like a little line thingy with his hand, so you guys can picture what he's doing. He was doing like a boop, boop, boop.
Okay, what do you rate it?
Yeah, I think I just realized this while I was like reviewing parts of it. I would say I would dissociate, and then I'd come back. I feel like that happened. Did that happen?
You are just rambly sometimes, and sometimes I just let you go on because you need to make this review longer for some reason.
Well, sometimes I like to make it at least coherent. At least enough to where we can actually have like a decent review. Not every review is going to be the best thing since sliced bread, so I get it. I forgot what I gave the other seasons, but I do feel like this season was probably on the lower end of like the stuff. I feel like it has gone downhill. I probably give this a 5.
Okay.
I'm kind of indifferent about it, like, honestly. And I'm curious to see where it goes from here. Because I already told you this beforehand. We're reviewing this till it fucking ends. That doesn't mean it's going to be, like, the best fucking reviews, but at least we're still reviewing it. But Bean kind of already checked out. I'm not really checked out yet. I still got a little bit of hope that they can pull it together.
I'm still very tired.
You're always fucking tired. Says the Bean who's always sleepy. Anyway, I give it a 5. You give it a 4. Last thing I'll say before we end this. I really do hope that they can pull this together. Especially with how they animated this season. I feel like they really need to work on the animation, definitely, with this one. The new studio really needs to work on it. And other than that, it's on the lower end of like this, like the ratings and stuff. I feel like it has gone downhill, and I hope it can bring itself back up. And hopefully, if they decide to do another season, depending on how this one goes, I feel like they need to end it soon. Can we agree that they need to end it soon?
Yeah, just like this review.
I love you, honey, but there are times where I'm just like, why do you say the stuff you do?
Because you've been going on for very long.
I'm sorry! Alright, so since my Bean doesn't want me to keep going anymore, that's basically the end of the review. This is a very rambly review. Yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. We love y'all. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.